Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of The Faceless Tales. Today's short story is Mirror Entity. No one believed me when I told them that my reflection in the mirror was alive. Grow up, dude, you're not a 5-year-old, you're 24. That's what all they said to me while laughing as a response to my story. Well, I had to admit, it was indeed sounded like a typical fear a 5-year-old would have. But I swear to God it was true. I couldn't remember since when my reflection came to life, but I remembered that it wasn't like that when I was a child. It was recently, I was sure. And it wasn't a ghost. Well, your reflection was alive, looked like an act of a ghostly thing, but no, mine wasn't a ghost. It felt to me as if it was a creature, an entity who lived behind the mirror, or perhaps trapped in there. I couldn't tell why or how. What I could tell was my reflection was constantly trying to grab me, as if it was going to pull me inside the mirror while it jumped out. Nope, that wasn't gonna happen, ever. Ever since I realized that my reflection was alive and constantly trying to grab me inside the mirror, I always did my best to keep my distance from reflective surfaces. Like when I brushed my teeth every night, for example, I always stood a few meters from the mirror so it wouldn't be able to grab me. The entity in the mirror was constantly showing a grumpy and angry face every time it was just the two of us in the room. No matter how I tried to smile in front of the mirror, the entity behind it never smiled. Never. It always looked grumpy and angry. One day, I took off from my flat for a sightseeing in the mall nearby, when suddenly an earthquake occurred. It was a huge one. Everyone was hysterical. They were running around in panic, looking for a shelter. I ran to cover myself under a table to avoid getting hit by anything that fell. But I was too late. I didn't realize something fell from above me and hit me in the head. I fell down and I groaned from the pain. As the pain slowly faded, I started to look around. The earthquake had stopped. The mall was slightly dark. The light was out. It was messy in there. I gasped when I noticed something shiny not far from me. I turned my head and I saw a mirror, probably from the fitting room near me. In reflex, I crawled away as far as I could, even though my head and my legs were hurt. Right then and there, I saw my reflection in the mirror. For the first time in forever, I saw the entity behind the mirror smiling at me, a devilish smile. A sense of horror grasped me as I saw the entity waving at me from behind the mirror as if it was saying goodbye for good.